On this 2020 to 2025 Honda CR-V 2.0 Hybrid, P219E points to a cylinder air-fuel ratio variation concern for cylinder 3. In plain terms, the PCM may be seeing cylinder 3 fueling behavior that does not line up with the others. The vehicle may run rough, may have a light misfire feel, or may set the code with very little driver complaint. Broadly, this can involve air-fuel sensing, injector behavior, ignition or misfire-related issues, mechanical compression, valve clearance, or intake and exhaust sealing or carbon concerns. The key is not to jump straight to parts. Work the checks in order and prove where the variation is coming from. Before chasing P219E directly, start with the basic system checks and follow a structured diagnostic approach. If other codes are present, check what they mean first, especially codes or system faults related to the air-fuel sensor, the air-fuel sensor heater, cylinder injectors, cylinder misfire, or ignition coils. Any of those can skew the cylinder fuel calculation, so they need to be handled before you trust the P219E path. Once the related faults are not driving the problem, move to the mechanical baseline. Do the engine compression inspection, then do the valve clearance adjustment. After that, perform the intake manifold and exhaust manifold visual inspection, and then perform the injector inspection. That order matters because a cylinder air-fuel variation code can be caused by the cylinder itself, by airflow or exhaust issues, or by fuel delivery behavior. For the confirmation routine, start the engine. Hold the engine speed at 3,000 RPM with no load in P or N until the radiator fan comes on, then let the engine idle. Then drive at a steady engine speed between 1,001 200 RPM, accelerate up to 3,400 RPM over about 10-15 seconds and repeat that 3 times or more if needed. This is about getting the monitor into the same kind of operating range, where the PCM can judge cylinder fuel variation. After the drive portion, check the applicable HDS fuel factor study value for the stored code. For P219E, use the fuel factor study value of no 3-cylinder. If that value is out of 0, 83.1, 18, the failure is duplicated. At that point, you have confirmed the cylinder 3 air-fuel variation under the required conditions, instead of diagnosing from the code alone. For the intake manifold and exhaust manifold visual inspection, the setup is with the intake manifold removed. Visually check for carbon buildup in the intake manifold and exhaust manifold. A normal condition is no carbon buildup. If that inspection is abnormal, treat it as a problem in the intake manifold or exhaust manifold area, including the oil leakage condition identified by the procedure. For the injector inspection, exchange the injector from the problem cylinder with one from another cylinder. Then start the engine. Hold the engine speed at 3,000 RPM with no load in P or N until the radiator fan comes on, and let it idle. Run the HDS cylinder AF test 3 times with the A/C off and all electrical loads off. The normal condition is that the injector failure cylinder is not changed. If this test is abnormal, the procedure points to a problem with the injector. Keep P219E focused on cylinder 3, but do not ignore anything that can bias the PCM cylinder fuel calculation. Prove the mechanical condition, inspect the intake and exhaust path, use the no 3-cylinder fuel factor study value, and use the injector swap test to see whether the fault behavior follows the injector. After any correction, verify the repair and confirm the code stays gone. The takeaway: diagnose the variation. Do not guess at the part. For more diagnostic training, visit stepdiagnostics.com.